Yo guys and dolls, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, if you're old school, you know what we're about by now. First video of 2022. So as many twos as you can possibly get until 2222, which means we'll all be well cold by then.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Anyway, new gear, new year. So Ibanez have just released some details in relation to some of their new instruments for 2022. Not a great deal, but what they have introduced is bloody brilliant by all case in point. So we're going to start off with the premium range. So RG Premiums. This is where we are at. We're at the Ibanez website. Just looking at these premiums first, the premium RGs. So these are the ones we're going to want to look at. Well, at least these are the ones I'm most interested in. So lineup is an RGT 1220PB, RGT 1221PB, and the RGT 1270PB. And let's just look at what we get with those variations. So first off, and this would be the one I'd want to go for, is this absolutely monstrous looking antique brown stained RG. So premium range, so it's right up there in quality but not right up there in price, so they are quite competitive. It's got this kind of lovely 3mm poplar bell top, which we'll discuss in a sec. It's neck through, which is kind of cool. It's not new for Ibanez, but it's definitely new for recent years. They haven't done a neck through for some time. Lovely, because I do like the RGTs, and that's what the T stands for. RGT for through, neck through. Okay, so what have we got on this that makes it particularly special? So Wizard 3 neck, usual for the premiums. 24 frets, usual for the premiums. Ebony fretboard, which is new. Poplar bell top, again, premium seems to have a lot of this poplar bell gear going on. It's got an edge bridge, that's new. Don't normally see the edge bridges on this, it normally is the zero edge. Air Norton Tone Zone, the best combination as far as I'm concerned in relation to Ibanez guitars, especially with the Bashful body. 9s through 42s, gold hardware. You've got a 19mm to 21mm, 19mm on the first fret, 21mm on the 12th fret, which is again pretty standard for what you get with the premiums. 400mm radius. Then you get this alter switch, tone, volume, and a 5-way selector switch. Which is going to give you all of these pickup variables. So you get a humbucker, you get a split humbucker, bridge and neck. Then you get both humbuckers, bridge and neck. Then you get outside split, and then you get the bridge. That's with the power tap on. With it off, you're going to get a parallel power tap, then just a single coil front, then power tap both, then just a single coil bridge, and then just a bridge with this power tap sound, which is a metric shit ton of possible sound options, which is absolutely brilliant. Really digging these kind of Paul Stanley style inspired block inlays. Absolutely tremendous. That neck through as well is gorgeous. Okay, cool McCool. So it's got a ton of gear going on. Very, very nice looking guitar. That's the RGT 1220PB. Next one up is the 1221PB, so still poplar bell. This bad boy, however, does not have a trem. It has got mono block bridge, which is brilliant because the intonation is great on them, and the tune stability is wicked. Also, because they're separate blocks, the sustain is unreal. Pretty much the same gig as the other guy. Premium again. This has got the silver hardware. This one comes in the deep twilight flat. Same gig, except this comes in 10s, not 9s on the string gauge. Still 19 to 21, still the same radius, still the same pickup config, because you've got the two two humbuckers, Tone Zone Air Norton again. This is ridiculous. This is a lot of guitar. J custom grade, but just not made in the Fuji Gen. This one is very similar to the other one we looked at, which is the 221. This is the 1270. So this gives you a single coil as well. Still gives you the edge trem, which is brilliant because they're where it's at. And those lovely rolled stainless steel frets. Exactly the same dimensions, 1921. Pickup configuration is slightly different on this. This doesn't have the altered switch. So you've basically just got your fabric selector switch, tone and a volume. And then you have got this as a kind of more traditional style pickup selection. So you've got the humbucker, you've got split middle hum, then you've got just the middle, and you've got middle bridge, single coil, and then you've got the bridge humbucker. Spot on. I'd most probably say the other pickup configuration is better than that because there's more options. But that middle single coil, if you're into that twangy Strat kind of vibe, that's going to give you that for days. Absolutely spot on. So there is your RG premiums. Iron labels, they pretty much stay the same. RG standards pretty much staying the same. This one's still one of my favourite, the 421. Absolutely amazing guitar for the money. So if you liked some of the deliveries from last year, we're not a million miles away. Geo's looking fantastic still again, so nothing particularly new beyond those new premiums. However, there is a new AZ. So if we look at the AZ range, again in the premiums, you now get this bad boy. Now this to me is the way to go. Well, there's also a 7-string version of this bad boy, but let's look at this guy. So this is a quilted maple Tone Zone Air Norton loaded AZ, which you can't go wrong with. If you're into that type of I need it to do A to Z, this is the one. AZ47P1QM in the premium range. Very, very nice livery. Do love that kind of quilted maple vibe. This one's slightly fatter on the neck profile. DiMaggio Air Norton True Velvet Tone Zone, exactly the same as the RG premiums this year. 10s through 46s, slightly different nuts and stuff because it's got a double locking system, and also a little bit thicker, 20 to 22 first fret to 12th fret, but absolutely stonking. That's a beautiful looking guitar. So if you wanted something that's a little bit less on the metal side, but you still want your guitar looking very pretty, that's very pretty. And the AZs do sound absolutely tremendous. And then you've got the old Poplar Bell, but this time it's in a 7-string variable. So very, very nice indeed. I do love the Poplar Bell tops. So 7-string version of that, which people have been crying out for. People have been wanting a 7-string version, and this does have the power tap on this one as well, which is the same as the other guy, which again is truly rad. Now that's about it really for the new range. They did bring these guys out, the X label stuff, the Iron label stuff, the end of last year, which is just like pure metal looking. A dig, I suppose, not for me personally. I do like my guitars flamboyant, but not that flamboyant. Different type of flamboyant. I prefer a little bit more Liberace. That's a bit more Kerry King. And then the Qs, I think, have stayed the same for this year. Yeah, they're the same. It would be this bad boy for me though, man. That is, again, that kind of baked maple poplar bell livery. Just can't go wrong with it. And that is it, dude. So I'm obviously the most excited about these new RGs, because that's where I'm at. I'm an RG player. So as an artist, this is very, very impressive. Like the block inlays, digging the fact that they've got air nut and tone zones on there, loving the fact you've got an edge trem on there. These are basically J Customs at a fraction of the price, and the neck through thing, just tone for beards, absolute tone for beards. So I'm gonna have a little play through that as soon as I can. Thank you very much, phone, for reminding me that's a good idea. My old mate Lee Wraith has already had his hands all over them, so please go over and check that out on the Ibanez website, or the Ibanez channel, or on his YouTube channel. And then as soon as I can get me grubby little mitts on them, I also will have a little playthrough. So thank you guys very much for coming with me on this introduction to the new 2022 additions to the Ibanez range, and hopefully we'll get our hands on them soon and hear how they sound. But until then, keep everything happy, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye bye.